G'day, Burke here, ready for Horde Night. The first one on day 7, so hopefully we'll go alright. Started building up the base there. This will probably be a fairly short episode, I imagine, because I've been killed twice now, obviously. It'll probably lower the game stage a little bit, I imagine, which means that the Horde should be a little bit tamer than it would otherwise be. But what I've built here, this is easily good enough to take on a Horde where you have your full game stage at. But I'm not too worried about the game stage. As soon as I find a as soon as I find a auger, I'll be back on track. Yeah, see that's why right there that zombie being in the middle of the getting their head stuck in there like that, it makes it very difficult to kill them. You can't get headshots on them, and that's the main reason why I generally place the spikes upside down. I do think that they should see, yeah, just pings off it. I do think that they should yeah, got that one. Yeah, they should definitely rectify that. Hopefully in Alpha 17 they'll do that. So this idiot's just standing there smacking all my things down. Make sure you're dead. Not sure what some of these zombies are beating on. Looks like there might actually be more around that side, yeah. Try and lead them around. Oh, that one's gone. Upgrading these blocks is pretty important, because as you can see, it's quite difficult to see through them, which makes it harder to get the headshots. Not that you can with these spikes anyway. If I get time, it might actually be worth see, and these guys that go halfway through the walls here, they also any chests or anything you have stashed inside, they'll be destroying them as well. So I'm wondering, hopefully at some stage they do fix these, like the ability to be halfway through the wall. In some instances it can make it easier to kill them. If they happen to be, sticking halfway through a door in a building, you can whack them without having to destroy the door, but it's generally just annoying. How far down? I think we'll come down here a little bit. Another one down. See if I can get in that. That is pretty frustrating, man. You can one-shot them with a shot to the head, but they become an arrow sink. It's easier just, I think, probably best just to leave them. Focus on the ones you can get headshots on, like that. Otherwise you'll be there all night. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I'm not sure how long this Horde Night's going to last for, due to me being dead twice. That was a terrible shot. So this is generally all I use my arrows for, besides hunting deer and boar. she's going to. So I'm not too fussed about how many I have left over at the end of the night. I prefer to melee. It's quicker and less time consuming. Except for obviously if you're raiding buildings, in it makes sense to use the bow and arrow or the crossbow. But I still generally only do that if they are sleeping or whatever, you know, in that state before they wake up. Once they're moving, getting headshots is generally, I find, not worth the effort. You can muck around for ages trying to get a headshot with an arrow. Sometimes you get them, but sometimes you don't, and I find the melee weapons more reliable. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing. You don't think you really do much damage at all if you're hitting them there. Unfortunately, they spin rounds far too quickly to land headshots on them. They need to sit still like that. Another one down. Yeah, he's gone. Couple of big Berthas over there. She's not actually trying to move by the looks of it. She's just standing there, yeah, beating on everything. It's probably the most frustrating thing for me, and she's a tank as well. Look how many arrows I've hit sunk into her head just to get her down. She isn't dead. There we go. Yeah, so I think I would definitely love it if they I mean, the easy fix is to put them upside down, but you can't actually do that without digging down. You need to dig down an extra layer, which is quite difficult to do if you want to, you know, if you want to continue the looting buzz. It is very difficult to loot and get a decent sized base up in time. But like this one here is pretty simple. But if you're going for something a little bit more complicated, you might even be forced to just pick a random house for the first horde. Might actually be easier too. Just pick out a random house and chuck some spikes around the outside, and then sit on the roof. Yeah, I've still got nearly 100, or just over 100 arrows left. That's not too bad. Better than I thought. Doesn't actually look like the game stage has hurt me too much either. Yeah, it's nearly 1 o'clock and they're still coming in strong. Which is again what I mean by, it feels almost like the hordes and the amount of zombies in the game is partially dictated by your seed. And I only say that because, you know, my last playthrough I didn't die once, and the horde, and I had a bow and arrow on the first Horde Night. I didn't even have a crossbow, and I had the horde defeated by midnight, like it was all over right now. Which is what kind of makes me wonder. Like I have quite a few, and I don't mind because you see, I can't even get those zombies there because they're being protected by the gore blocks there. But yeah, I can't say I'm that bothered because shotgun's my weapon of choice, and I'm going to be using shotgun turrets as well. So I'm going to need lots of bones for glue and paper, and I'm going to need to start a tree farm at some point too. So there's a few. It looks like it might be over now actually. Yeah, it's probably just going to have the trickle. So how many? I only lost the 1 spike. That's pretty good, I think. See, that there is weird. I lost the block underneath it, but the spike itself is fine. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think you should be losing blocks on, you know, the first Horde Night either. Day 14, I found that they'll chew the ground out if you haven't put a perimeter down like this, but I intend to have flat concrete all the way out anyway. When I come out this side, I'm obviously going to have to do a ramp of some kind or something. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Probably would have been easier if I just picked flat ground. So I think we're only going to have the trickle zombies coming in now, so... Actually, what have I got? What do I need for cement? I've got 40 points. Maybe it's concrete mixing. It is Science 3. There we go, and was it concrete? It was. And do we have the workbench? And I think that's pretty much everything we can do. Yep. All good. So can we make glass jars yet? Get you running. These are handy. If you don't get concrete mixing done in time, then I highly recommend getting the glass jars running, because they're worth pretty good money. Where's he at? Normally I just leave them to bang away, but when you're at this sort of level, like you can see there, they're destroying all the blocks underneath, which again I think is pretty odd. This is the first time I've ever seen them do that. I don't know why that's happening, but you can see that one there's almost taken out as well. And yeah, that's the first time I've seen those blocks taken out, especially on a day 7 horde. They don't even normally damage the dirt blocks underneath, so for them to be taking out 500 quality blocks, that's very, very strange. So what else did I want to do up here? So we are going to do a back along here. I'm not sure how much further out I can go before this stuff collapses, so got cement going in there. Awesome, back up to 90 now, so we're getting back up to 100. I don't think it's going to take very long. What was it after? I think it was drink. Maybe I was making it in the... Yep, beautiful. Get you in there. Can probably make some more goldenrod tea if we want. Oh good, she spun her. Oh, and she's died. Just going to say, the problem once you get a bit further along in the Horde Night is that these gore blocks tend to protect the zombies underneath them as well. But this is definitely, like I'm further along than I would normally be even. I don't even normally do iron spikes on the outside. I usually do wood on the outside and have iron on the inside. And they still managed to do a lot more damage than they would normally do. So I'm not 100% sure what the story is with that, but what I'm going to have to do is craft up some cement and then some concrete, and then start running these pillars along here so that I can take this out to where I want it to be and then put the supports down. Missed that shot. And again. There we go. Sometimes the reload animation's just a little bit out. You think, you know, you're right, you've got it lined up, and you push the button and he's still reloading, and then you click it again and he's moved. But anyway, that looks like about all we're going to get done for today. So I'll see you guys in the morning. We will be harvesting these bodies, and I'm not sure. I might actually start a garden, and then we'll head off. Maybe head off over to have a look for this treasure. How far away is he? Can't be too far out. Oh, cool. That's actually perfect. We might do a quick pit stop along at the trader first. It's not too far out. Gonna put you there, we'll grab you. Don't think we'll need that, but I think this machete, what is it? Yeah, needs forged steel to be repaired, so I'm not sure how much use that's going to be. Can I make an iron knife? No, hunting knife, sorry. Oh, sweet, I can. I just need the forged iron. That is what I was worried about. Cool, so we can put the machete away. Alrighty folks, well I'll see all you guys in the morning. We will be harvesting these bodies, and then hopefully we'll have time to go treasure hunting. This is Burke, signing out.